I did not realize how much I had been carrying until the day I finally allowed myself to slow down. I'm 39 right now, and I'm in that space between who I have always been, driven, ambitious, efficient, and the woman I can feel myself becoming. Lately, there has been this quiet tension inside me, a sense that my mind is too full, my days too fast, my environment too loud, my expectations too heavy. And maybe you have felt that too. This subtle pull towards simplicity, a craving for space, a desire to move through life with less urgency and more intentionality. If that's you, you're not alone. This is what entering your iconic era feels like. There was a moment recently when I realized that the pace that once worked for me no longer honored who I was becoming. As I approach 40, I start craving things I never used to think about. Quieter mornings, fewer decisions, clear spaces, gentle rituals, deeper presence, not because I'm tired, but because the woman I am becoming requires something different. I remember looking at my calendar one day, a calendar full of commitments, responsibility, and expectations, and something in me tightened, not from stress, but from clarity. I realized this schedule wasn't created by the woman I am now. It was created by the woman I was before, the high achieving version of me, the I will make it work version of me, the version of me who could hold everything, even when it wasn't hers to hold. But the woman I'm becoming, she doesn't operate from pressure anymore. She operates from presence. And for a long time, I thought something was wrong. Why was my mind overstimulated by things I used to tolerate? Why did relationships feel heavier? Why did I crave simplicity in places that once demanded performance? I'm learning something that is changing everything. Your nervous system evolves as your identity evolves. Women between 38 and 46 experience profound shifts in cognitive loads, hormonal rhythm, emotional processing, relational boundaries, sensory sensitivity. This is evolution. There is a tension every ambitious woman feels in her 40s. You want space, but your commitments reflect the woman who once said yes to everything. You want clarity, but your mind is carrying 5 lifetimes of expectations. You want a slower, truer pace, but your nervous system is still wired in productivity mode. You want ease, but you have mastered complexity. And here's the truth we don't talk about. Overstimulation is often a sign that your old identity is still running your life. Not because you are behind, but because you are ahead. Your identity has evolved faster than your environment. And something shifted the moment I stopped trying to keep up with my old pace, and I didn't expect what happened next. My turning point wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic. It didn't happen in a big life aha moment. The past few years, I decided to simplify my life, including minimalist routines. I'm much more intentional about what I do, such as my nighttime routine. I went from a 5 step routine to a 2 step routine. It feels much more efficient and it allows me to slow down. And in that small, quiet moment, something in me softened. My mind unplugged, my body exhaled, my shoulders dropped, and for the first time in a long time, I simply feel present. This is when I realized simplicity wasn't about owning less, it was about giving myself space. Slowness wasn't indulgent, it was intelligent. Space wasn't emptiness, it was clarity. This is elevated simplicity. The kind of simplicity that supports nervous system regulation, emotional resilience, and authentic leadership. Not deprivation, not aesthetics, but identity. Maybe the reason simplicity feels uncomfortable right now for you isn't because you are overwhelmed. Maybe when we are shifting from a complex lifestyle to simplicity feels uncomfortable isn't because you are overwhelmed, but because you are expanding into a version of yourself that no longer needs the noise. So far, here is what this season in life and this transition into my 40s is teaching me. Your next era requires subtraction. The woman you are becoming cannot carry everything the old you agreed to hold. Your nervous system tells the truth before even your mind does. Overstimulation is an inconvenience, it's communication. Your body is asking for space, softness, and regulation. Slow power is real power. Listen, slowing down activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for clarity, emotional stability, and strategic decision making. Your relationships must match your evolution. Your 40s sharpen your need for reciprocity, emotional maturity, and ease. And not everyone, not everything comes with you. This one is powerful. Let me repeat it. Your 40s sharpen your need for reciprocity, emotional maturity, and ease. Not everyone and not everything comes with you. Simplicity is self respect. It is choosing presence over pressure, alignment over obligation, and depth over speed. Now, what if the life you are craving is already here, underneath everything you are ready to release? From a practical perspective, this is how I'm practicing elevated simplicity right now from a place of real time evolution at 39. First of all, a collective declutter. I write down everything my mind is holding. Then I ask, is this mine or is this an old identity I no longer choose? Because clarity doesn't begin in your home, it begins in your mind. Then I do a nervous system audit. I pay attention to what feels heavy, rushed, or overstimulating, and equally to what feels grounding, warm, spacious. Your nervous system always tells the truth first. It's just that we don't listen to it. Then I do what I call a relational reset. I gently pause emotional labor where it feels one-sided. I stop performing calmness for the sake of harmony. I allow relationships to recalibrate because you can't say you want peace and still keep choosing what overwhelms you, even the people. And last but not least, I like to do a luxury ritual, ritual of slowness, every day, a warm bath, a sensory skincare routine. It can be a candlelight evening or simply a quiet walk without my phone. Slowness is not indulgent. Slowness is regulation. Your pace reveals your new identity. Before you make your next decision, ask yourself one question. Does this honor the woman I am becoming? And if you're listening to this episode thinking, I want this spaciousness, but I don't know where to begin, I created something to guide your next step. Take the iconic quiz, a 5-minute quiz that reveals the identity you are evolving into. It gives you the language, clarity, and personalized roadmap for your next chapter. Because the moment you understand who you are becoming, every decision becomes simpler. And if this conversation spoke to you, share it with a woman who is entering her iconic era, but she doesn't know it yet. Until then, take care.